The protest has been shifted to the Moshood Abiola Stadium, where we'll be heading to minutes from now to give you an up-to-date assessment of how the protest is brewing in Africa's largest black nation, Nigeria. My name is Anthony Momodu, reporting for Global TV.
Well, thank you, Anthony. Let's turn away now to Imo State, where the government has called on traditional rulers and youths in the state to shun the planned protest, as the federal government is working hard to address the current economic situation in the country. The state governor, Hope Uzodimma, made this known in a town hall meeting with traditional rulers, youths, and community leaders in Owerri, the state capital. Kikelomo Okere has details.
Governor Uzodimma alleged that proponents of such protests are enemies of the country who wants to destabilize the national government. According to him, the people of the region have no reason to protest against the government of the day, insisting that the federal government and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are working hard to bring lasting solution to the economic challenges that citizens are facing.
I know that there is hardship in the country. I know what our people are going through. I also know what you have gone through for the past 20-something years. If past 20-something years were to be good, or what it was supposed to be, today will not be bad. Let us speak to the conscience of our brothers and sisters, not allow themselves to be used to destroy not only Imo State, by extension, Nigeria. Democracy is the best form of government anywhere in the world. So if you don't like the leadership, you go to the ballot box and vote them out when the time comes. But you must allow our farmers to go to farm. You must allow our people to go and do their businesses.
The governor further appealed to the federal government to enhance electricity infrastructure as well as roads, hospitals and schools in Imo State for businesses to thrive.
What we need in Imo State is not giving you rice, giving you fertilizer. No. Let me tell you what we need. What we need is to have electricity permanent. What we need accessible roads. We need hospitals. We need our schools to work. If we have power, 50% of those in this club, their revenue will quadruple.
The governor also pleaded with the people to give the government more time to work and fix the challenges, urging Nigerians to support the president in his bid to better the living standard of the people. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kikelomo, for reporting. In the meantime, the Nigeria Bar Association, NBA, has promised to provide pro bono legal service for any peaceful protesters assaulted or intimidated during the nationwide hunger demonstration. It also directed chairpersons in all 130 NBA branches across the country to monitor the protests. NBA President Yakubu Chonoko Mekiao said in a statement by Akorede Habib Lawal, the association's national publicity secretary, said the measures were in recognition of the fundamental and guaranteed constitutional rights of citizens to assemble and protest. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has appealed to the Nigerian youths to dialogue their demand instead of the planned protests in the interest of the nation. He made the appeal in Abuja at a town hall meeting with youth groups and organizations at the National Assembly. Edika Michael has more.
Nigerian youth, progressive Nigerian youth.
Honorable Abbas, who noted the frustrations and reservations of the Nigerian youth, said the present administrations will not relent in its efforts to bring soccer to Nigerians.
It is crucial to understand that meaningful reform often requires time and consensus, particularly for issues embedded in statutory and constitutional frameworks. Incremental change is vital, and your engagement is essential. We must work together on a sustained step-by-step basis to address our challenges and achieve the Nigeria we all aspire to have.
He reiterated that the government is investing in infrastructure to ensure farmers' priorities are addressed.
The government has invested in modern farming techniques and infrastructure to ensure farmers have the resources to increase yield and profitability. Again, your voice matters and we are listening.
Highlighting the effort of President Tinubu's administration, the Minister of Youth, Jamila Ibrahim, added that the Tinubu-led administration has also made significant strides in providing access to funds for young entrepreneurs through various schemes.
Youth Investment Fund used to be an annual disbursement or annual release of 25 billion for 3 years. But the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu graciously approved that the fund be restructured and expanded with a yearly disbursement starting from the 2024 appropriation of 110 billion as opposed to the initial 75 billion.
The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Mohammed Pate, further explained the administration effort in tackling the economic hardship and poverty.
For us in health, we focus on the poorest and most vulnerable, our mothers. Everyone here has a mother. Let them survive. That's why we're expanding primary health care. More than 8,800 of them reached. More than 2 million Nigerians in the last 1 year access health care through the Vulnerable Groups Fund, in addition to the others who are insured. We're investing in upgrading cancer infrastructure across the country, 6 geopolitical zones. Will soon be groundbreaking of 10 major hospital infrastructure. Just this week, he approved graciously, Mr. President, 7,887 dialysis sets for those who are suffering from kidney disease. I can go on and on. On the healthcare value chain, we spent a year building block by block under the President's initiative to unlock the healthcare value chain.
Speaking on behalf of youth groups, the All Progressive Congress youth leader, Israel Dayo, urged the youth to remember that nation building is the collective task and stressed the need to shun violence and embrace dialogue in resolving the issues at stake.
Our government must please do its best to make the work of the president come out and be proactive rather than reactionary. Am I speaking your mind, young people? Yes. But let me assure you, let me assure you, my brothers and my friends, that as much as we are angry, we want a Nigeria that works. We want a country where we feel we can call home, where we comfortably as young people do not get harassed by police because we have dreadlocks, where we don't have to struggle, but be assured that the man at the wheel, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President and Commander-in-Chief, is here because of you.
The recent call for a nationwide protest against hunger and bad governance in the country is expected to hold nationwide from August 1st to 10th. However, there have been a series of meetings and calls by government and groups to stop the protest from holding due to fear that it might be hijacked by infiltrators who do not mean well for the country. Edika Michael, Global TV News.
Thank you, Edika. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has enjoined Nigerians to hold state governors accountable over the improved allocation from the Federation accounts. Governor Sule stated this while answering questions in relation to the planned nationwide protest during an interview. He said that people were suffering, urging them to ask their state governors what they were doing with the improved revenues from the federal government. Kano State's Independent Electoral Commission has scheduled November 30, 2024 for the local government elections in the state. Chairman of the commission, Sani Molumfashi, announced this while addressing a news conference in Kano. He said the notification of the election will be issued on November 15. Nomination forms will be available from October 1 to October 11, with submission of the forms due by October 18, 2024. He also said that the screening of candidates will take place from October 18 to October 20, while the list of eligible candidates will be released on October 24. The election will follow thereafter. No fewer than 19 persons have been reportedly killed after an improvised explosive device, IED, exploded at a local joint in the Kawuri Community, Kongo-Duga local government area of Borno State. The incident also injured an unspecified number of residents. The explosive device was suspected to have been planted by Boko Haram insurgents, causing chaos in the northeast. You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, Maduro promises voting data as observers say Venezuela election not democratic. We'll bring you this and other stories right after this break. Please stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you a live broadcast of Midday News with Uye Agumofewe. Thank you for your time with us. The federal government says it might be spending about $7.2 billion to complete 2 approved deep sea ports across the country. The projects are Ibom, Badagry, and deep sea ports. In December 2020, Akwa Ibom State government had said the federal government had approved $2.016 billion for the first phase of Ibom deep sea port, which was estimated to cost $4.6 billion. This was disclosed in Uyo, the state capital, by the then Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Economic Development and IDSP, Okon. Youths in Lagos State have charged traditional rulers in Yoruba land to rally around the $20 billion Dangote oil refinery being the host of the facility. The youths, who appreciated President Bola Tinubu for approving the sale of crude oil to the refinery in Naira, said they had earlier threatened to take to the streets if the federal government had failed to resolve the issues, ignited by the comments from the chief executive of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Farouk Ahmed, who said the refinery was producing high sulfur diesel. The Nigerian Customs Service has begun implementing duties and tax-free importation of rice, flour, meat, wheat, and other essential food items to help reduce the high cost of food in the country amid the severe hunger crisis in Nigeria. Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed this during a press briefing on the service's half-year performance. Minister of Finance Wale Edun has announced that approximately 1 million households have benefited from the federal government's cash transfer program since its launch. Edun disclosed this during a World Press Conference in Abuja. He noted that around 300,000 payments were made in the past week, with about 5 million individuals benefiting from the scheme to date. On the foreign scene, thousands have turned out for the funeral procession in Iran of the Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed in a strike in Tehran. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei led prayers for the Hamas leader, whose body will be buried in Qatar. Reports says Iranian officials are saying the supreme leader has ordered a direct attack against Israel, which he says was responsible for the attack on Iranian soil. Israel has not commented on the assassination directly. A witness to the Titan submersible disaster talked about the fear and false hope felt by those on its seaport and support ship. Rory Golden was on the Ocean Gates expedition when contact with the sub and its 5 passengers were lost on a dive to the Titanic in June 2023. But after learning the sub had imploded just hours into the dive, he said it was a comfort to know those on board hadn't suffered. Golden was on the Polar Prince support ship to give presentations about the Titanic when the submersible went missing. Let's turn to Latin America now, where Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro has insisted his party is ready to present all the vote tallies from his country's disputed election after election observers said it could not be considered democratic. The National Electoral Council, NEC, disclosed that the Maduro one has sparked 2 days of protest with the country's opposition, saying voting tallies show its candidates Edmundo Gonzalez won by a wide margin. Maduro said again that his government's reason for not publishing the electoral results was because of a hack on the Electoral Council website. Hopes of finding more survivors are fading as rescue operations continue in Kerala, where massive landslides have killed 182 people. Nearly 200 people are still missing after Mondakai and Churamala areas in Wayanad district were flattened by thick torrents of mud and water. Rescue operations have been hampered by heavy rains in the region all week. And now to sports. Seth Mai scored a goal in each half of to help Remo Stars beat newly promoted Nigeria Premier League football side Ikorodu City 2-0 to win the 2024 Value Jet Cup in Ikene. The striker headed Remo Stars ahead in the 26th minute and was at the end of a rebound to make it 2-0 in the 68th minute before Otani Taufik reduced the deficit for Ikorodu City in stoppage time. Both teams entered the final with high adrenaline, having scaled through hurdles in the semis. French League One side Nice have confirmed that Super Eagles striker Terem Moffi has suffered an interior cruciate ligament injury, which could sideline him up for 9 months. Moffi joined Nice from Lorient on a record 30 million euro deal during the 2023 winter transfer window and has become an important member of the squad. His impressive performance for Nice has seen him linked with a move to Roma and Napoli, with both clubs seriously in search of a striker. Borussia Dortmund has announced the signing of Germany midfielder Pascal Gross from Premier League club Brighton and Hove Albion on a 2-year deal. German media reported Dortmund paid a fee of up to 10 million euros, including bonuses, to sign the 33-year-old. A creative midfielder with an eye for goal, Gross joins the Champions League finalists after 7 years with Brighton, having joined from German side FC Ingolstadt in 2017. And that's all we have for you on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @global